When people look at a continuous forming line, their first instinct is to check the equipment list and specifications. But on the actual production floor, what truly dictates the smooth run isn't just the machinery itself, it's the seamless coordination of the entire line. This is the fundamental difference between continuous forming and batch forming. In batch forming, you can finish one block, stop, and inspect it. But in continuous forming, once it starts, everything, raw material supply, mixing, pouring, creaming, forming, cutting, and curing, must connect flawlessly. A slight change upstream isn't an isolated issue, it creates a domino effect across the entire production run. So, how do you evaluate a line? Start from the very beginning, the raw material system. Polyol, isocyanate, and additives are stored, filtered, metered, and delivered to the mixing head. This isn't just about supplying materials. It dictates the stability of your starting point. If temperatures fluctuate, metering drifts, or feeding stutters, those problems are fed straight into the mixer. Inside the mixing head, components must blend uniformly in a split second before being poured continuously onto the conveyor. This determines the starting state of the chemical reaction. Stable mixing equals a stable foundation for the foam to rise. Once the mixing fluctuates, the rising behavior, forming conditions, and the internal cell structure of the block will inevitably suffer. Next comes the foaming and forming section. As the liquid mixture moves forward on the conveyor, it goes through creaming, rising, and initial shaping. The condition of the bottom paper and side films, the conveyor speed, the rising rate, and the top shaping setup all work together to define the final block. If perfectly matched, you get stable shapes, flat tops, and clean sides. If things go wrong here, the chaos shows up immediately. After forming, the block keeps moving. The cutting unit ensures stable sectioning at the required lengths. Then, the curing and temporary storage stages manage heat release and internal structure stability. Many lines look great during front-end trial runs, only to fall into chaos during real continuous production because the back-end handling wasn't properly synchronized. The brain connecting all these stages is the control system. It doesn't just monitor individual data points like temperature, pressure, or conveyor speed. More importantly, it synchronizes the rhythm of feeding, mixing, pouring, rising, and conveying. The true test of a line's long-term stability isn't just whether a single parameter changes, it's whether the system can detect the drift instantly and whether the operators can pull the rhythm back on track. In real-world production, problems rarely start at the back end. More often than not, the raw material conditions at the very front have already begun to shift. In the next episode, we'll dive deep into raw material storage, feeding, and metering, and reveal why this front-end section is the true starting point for everything that follows. If you want to understand the 7 key factors that affect the long-term stable operation of a continuous forming line, please leave your email in the comments, and we'll send you the document later.